Hi everyone, it's Phil Frost from Main Street ROI. I want to welcome you to the Recurring Revenue Playbook. We're going to be talking about the simple, foolproof process to grow recurring revenue for your web design firm or marketing agency. And we do have some housekeeping. For this presentation, we have a worksheet, and you can grab it by going to mainstreetroi.com/RR-worksheet. And you will get a copy of these slides that will link directly to the sheet. Oh, and before I do that, you will want to make a copy. So let me actually click on that. So when you go to the worksheet URL, you'll see this first tab here is instructions. And I put this in bold, big font with red and yellow highlighting because I inevitably get a lot of requests for access, but you won't get access to edit this file. What you need to do is go to File, Make a Copy. And once you've made a copy, you can rename it, put it in a folder, click Make a Copy. And once you have the copied version, you can make edits to your copy. So that is an important first step. All right, I also want to encourage questions throughout the presentation today. We'll be monitoring the Q&A. As questions come in, we can address those. And I want to make sure everyone knows where that is. So if you could just answer this question, how many Main Street ROI trainings have you attended? And while you're doing that, I will open up that questions box here. And this is also a audio and visual test to make sure you guys can hear me. All right, looks like everyone can hear me. Got answers coming in. Welcome back, Jennifer. All right, and last but not least, we are recording. We typically send the replay within about 24 hours, so you should get the replay by Friday noon Eastern time. All right, here's what we're going to cover. I'm going to talk briefly about the #1 threat facing many agencies. We're going to talk about the top 4 recurring revenue options, talk about who to sell to and how for quick wins, how to deliver exceptional service, why and how to adjust your existing sales process, how we can help, and then we'll have live Q&A at the end. Now, for all the first timers joining, you're wondering, who am I? Why should you listen to me? Again, my name is Phil Frost. I'm the co-founder of Main Street ROI, and we launched in officially 2011. We were taking on some clients before then in 2010, and we provide digital marketing services like SEO, Google Ads advertising, Facebook ads advertising, as well as social media, and we build WordPress websites. And in addition to providing services, we provide a lot of education. You can go to mainstreetroi.com/education, get a lot of free resources there, as well as some more in-depth paid courses. And before launching Main Street ROI, back in 2006, me and Pete, the other co-founder, helped the company we were working with. It was a consulting firm. They were only selling projects. And what we did there is we launched another business unit and helped them break free of that feast famine cycle. We're going to talk about that in just a minute. We actually helped that business grow from 0 to 4 million. And then more recently, we've started to help other agencies add recurring revenue in addition to what they're currently selling. And this has helped them obviously grow, but also help their clients. So it really has been a win-win-win. It's helped us grow, helped the agencies grow, and it's helped their clients get more services that they needed. And I'm also the proud father of 2 cute kids. We've got Violet on the left. She is now 10, almost done with 4th grade. We've got Emmett on the right. He is 8. He's a 2nd grader. And we've got my beautiful wife, Erin, and we live on the Upper West Side of Manhattan. I'm also joined today by Michael Cinciulli. Welcome, Michael.
Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here.
And Michael is the operations manager at Main Street ROI, and he also acts as the agency coordinator. So for our agency partners, he's really the point person for many of our bigger or larger agency partners. So providing updates about the services that we're helping them with. But yeah, Mike, I'll let you introduce anything else I missed.
Yeah, so I basically I meet and talk with some of our largest partners on a weekly basis. Email with them back and forth. I even text back and forth with them. And I help strategize and collaborate and make sure that we're doing right by everyone's clients. And it's I started out as an operations manager, and I moved into taking on this agency coordinator role, and I've absolutely loved it. And it's a blast.
Nice. All right, so we'll start off with the number one threat to agencies. I'm sure everyone's familiar with the old feast famine cycle. Right here is a basic graph here with revenue on the vertical axes, time on the horizontal axes. This is the exact scenario that the company was in back in 2006, where the consulting firm was only selling projects, and it was very clear when we would run reports, with the revenue going up and down. In the just a classic scenario where they started out focused on sales, they were selling really hard, they'd have clients coming on board, then they had to switch gears, start fulfilling on those services, and when they did that, they obviously were not focused on sales anymore, so sales plummeted, and then the cycle just kept going on and on. So pretty typical scenario for a lot of agencies, and it unfortunately leads to erratic marketing. So when you're focused on selling and then fulfilling, you're not consistently focused on marketing and sales, so your pipeline can dry up. So it's really lose-lose. Clients tend not to be super thrilled with the quality of service because you're switching gears, focusing on selling, and then you're not happy with the volume of sales because your focus is split and you have to worry about fulfilling on the projects that you sold. It's also high stress. This was definitely the case for that company. Very, very high stress trying to make sure they could make payroll every month. They're basically starting from zero every month and had to hit their quotas. And then this also leads to lower valuation of your agency and just less exit options, because potential buyers, they obviously don't want to buy a company that doesn't have predictable revenue. And the big cause here is just relying on projects. So I'm not saying you should never sell projects. Projects can definitely be good, but if you're like that company that I worked for and you're only selling projects, that can definitely leads to that feast famine and a high stress situation. So obviously with the name of our presentation today, the solution is going to be recurring revenue. So the faster you can add on recurring revenue and have a base, whether it's a couple $1,000s a month, $5,000, $10,000, $100,000 a month recurring revenue. Now you're no longer starting from zero each month. you've got that base revenue, which obviously leads to less stress. So you can more confidently predict your revenue for future months, and then you don't have that stress of making payroll. And here's a quick case study. So we had a web design agency that was only selling website projects. So pretty typical for a web development company. And they were looking for ways to grow and obviously avoid that feast famine cycle. So we started working together in 2019, and specifically we were adding recurring revenue services to their clients. And here are some of the results. So in 2019, when we first started, added over $28,000 in recurring revenue. And then 2020 added just over 36,000. And then 2021, 122,000 in revenue. And then just last year was about $179,000 in added revenue, which you can see translates to just under $15,000 per month recurring. So that's much better place for that web design agency to be in, rather than again starting at zero on the first of the month. He now knows, I've got $15,000 coming in from recurring subscriptions. All right, so I know what you're thinking. Great, Phil, I just need to sell recurring revenue. But what exactly should you sell? It's obviously a big question. And then how do you sell it, which we'll get to in a minute. And then how do you fulfill on it? So let's talk about that. So as far as the services to sell, here are the top 4 that we recommend, and we ranked them by demand. So the first one here is going to be search engine optimization, SEO. They're of all the services that we've promoted ourselves, this one by far has the most demand, and likely your clients are already asking for it. In fact, if you have a web design and development company, you may already even be promoting SEO as part of your project, but you might not be going to that next step where you're providing as a monthly service. And that's what we're going to talk about. So the next service would be organic social media, which is a pretty natural add-on to SEO. You can bundle SEO and social media together. That would be something I would recommend after you start selling SEO. Gain some confidence selling just SEO, and then you could just pretty easily bundle social media with that as a way to increase the value that you're providing to the clients and increase the revenue that you're generating. All right, the third service would be paid search. For example, Google Ads or Microsoft Ads or both. And that's a great option, but the reason this is third is because your clients do need to have an ad budget, and general rule of thumb would be about $1,000 a month of ad budget, $12,000 a year. So if your clients don't have the budget for advertising, that is obviously going to be a tough sell, and that's why SEO would be the first option that we recommend. But if they do have the budget, that's definitely a great opportunity. And then fourth opportunity would be paid social, for example, Facebook ads. But again, your clients are going to need budget in the neighborhood of about $1,000 a month just for the ad spend, and then you need to add on a management fee. We have had clients go as low as $500 a month for ad spend, and for some clients that can work, especially businesses in smaller geographic locations that are very locally focused. So they don't have to have 1,000, but that's just kind of a good rule of thumb. And the other caveat with Facebook ads or any kind of paid social would be that you can actually target the prospective customers using the platform's targeting. With paid search, Google ads and Microsoft ads, chances are pretty high that prospective customers are searching online. So that tends to be a no-brainer for businesses to advertise. But with social ads, it does depend if you can target and get in front of that your target audience. Okay, as I mentioned, SEO by far has the most demand, and it does not require a big ad budget. So that would be my recommendation for most businesses just getting started with adding on recurring revenue. I would focus on selling SEO. All right, so who are you going to sell to? And I recommend a two-phase approach here. The lowest hanging fruit is going to be your existing and past clients. That's going to be the easiest audience to sell to. They already know, like, and trust you. And then phase two, once you get some of your existing or past clients signed up with the service, then you could start looking into incorporating this on the front end. So you need to edit your current proposal process. So if you're only selling, let's say, one-off website design projects, you would then bundle in the recurring revenue. So rather than just one-off website and design project, you also include monthly SEO, as well as possibly bundling in the monthly social media. And if the client has the budget, bundle in the paid search ads and even paid social. But again, start with your existing past clients. That's phase one. And I would also just start with one service, keep things simple, and then you can always start adding on from there. All right, so now that you know who you're going to target and you've got your list of current and past clients, it's all about walking through the 5-step sales process. I'm actually going to kick this back over to Mike, and he's going to walk through this.
Okay. All right. So hopefully you guys can see my screen now.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave it outside of presenter view so I can switch between my tabs more easily. So yeah, we have a 5-step process. The first would be completing our bulk SEO analysis worksheet. And I'm going to show that in a minute, but we'll talk through it first. So the idea is to copy and paste the client's domains across the top row. And what will happen is the title tags and the meta descriptions will automatically pull in, and it will give you an opportunity to review them and to see how optimized or not optimized they are. There's also a section in there where you'll be able to put in some obvious keywords, and you can take a look and review the rankings for each of the websites. After that, you've identified what the issues may be. We have some corresponding email templates that you can use, and will allow you to conduct outreach to each of these websites. Hopefully, then you schedule calls with the positive replies, and you learn a little bit more about them and about the businesses. And then you can also manually review the websites yourselves. We have a proposal generator that will help you input some of the information and what you think the client needs. And it will basically create the nitty gritty of the proposal for you. We have an example proposal that we'll show you, and it's very plug and play. So you run through the proposal generator, and you can take the information from there and basically paste it into the proposal, and you're good to go. So I'm going to switch over to the recurring revenue playbook spreadsheet that Phil showed before that you can make copies of. And the idea here, so starting at the top, is where you would copy and paste the domains along this first row. And in this example here, we have 3 different URLs. And by pasting them in here, uh, immediately at the top on row 2, you'll see that the title tags will pull in. So in these examples, you can see the first one actually has 2 title tags that have pulled in. The second one has 1 title tag. And if we go down to row 11, you'll start seeing that it's identifying issues for us. So the first one, the title tag isn't too long. It's about 60 characters, and that's fine. That's right in the sweet spot of 50 to 65. But we do identify that it's pulled in twice. So this site does have 2 title tags installed. For the second website, it has one title tag. However, according to row 11, which is a character count, you can see that it's over what we would say is the ideal number of characters for a title tag. So this is a long title tag. Now, this third one is 1 title tag. It is actually short. It's at 33 characters. But also, simply by reading it, you can tell that this is only the client's or the website's company name, and it's actually lacking some geographic terms. So still not a very optimized title tag. We also have some other cool stuff pulling in here, such as the meta description on row 15. So for the first website, you can see that the meta description is actually pretty long. It's 164 characters, which does not sit in the sweet spot of 100 to 155 characters. So right here, we have the note long meta description. The second website has the exact same problem. It's 165 characters, so it's about 10 over. That is a long meta description. And then finally, the last one does not have a meta description. So the homepage's meta description is completely missing and it's not pulling in. By the time you've gotten to this point, we've already identified some issues. But it is good at this time to now try to think of some obvious keywords for the website. So that would typically be the type of business, so the product or the service, the industry type, and the location that they're in. You can do this with a Google search. You could use other tools maybe such as Ahrefs, and this is where you can place in their current ranking. So for this first website here, they're ranking number 8 for the term fence company, Sterling, Virginia. The second website is actually ranking pretty well for the term fence company, Sawyersville, Pennsylvania. And finally, the last website without the meta description is their primary keyword that we've identified would be fence company, Vancouver, Washington, and they are not ranking well at all. So after going through this process and identifying some issues, the second tab here has the email templates. Now, at the top, we have the issues. So you try to find an email template that corresponds with the issues that have been identified in the bulk analysis. The first one is if you didn't find any issues. This would be more of a complementary SEO analysis that you could offer, but you didn't really identify too much stuff initially, but you'd still like to reach out. Going on column C over to the right are actual issues that may have been identified. So the first one here is a homepage title tag not being optimized, and we've got the subject as well as the body that we would include in the email. The next one could be duplicate homepage title tags. We have a template for that. We have homepage missing. We have homepage missing a meta description. We have a homepage meta description being too long. And we have just option 3 as, the website's not ranking for any obvious keywords, such as the third website in our example, ranking 40 for their primary keyword. So after you've identified some issues and you've used these email templates to reach out to the prospective clients, hopefully you've scheduled a phone call with any of the positive replies and you've learned a little bit more about the businesses and their potential needs. In the meantime, you could also review the website manually and look it over. We have our last tab, which is our proposal generator. And this I'm very excited about. So this is where you basically input some of the needs or recommendations that you think. Starting at the top, and this is the little checklist that we've put together. You would input the number of pages that you believe need to be optimized for the website. So this is typically a manual review. You could look at the home page. You can look at some of the primary service pages, and just identify some which pages you would consider to be priority. Um, and you input the number here. So in this example, it's a drop down. Let's say there are 10 pages, both either homepage and maybe like 9 service pages that really need some work. That we should do some keyword research and draft optimized title tags, meta descriptions, headers, document website copy edits for make sure that they're optimized, targeting the correct keywords. So that's where you would enter the number of priority pages that you'd like to take care of and address. Um, the second row is a spot for you to place your markup, basically. The monthly fees that you're going to see in here, both the project fee and the monthly fees for ongoing SEO, show our fees. But this allows you to input the markup that you'd like to include on top of that. And we've also given, based off of the markup that you include there, the fees on the right in green will adjust, and those would be your fees that you would sell to the clients. Now, the next row down is if this is a local client, um, and you could input here the number of locations that they have. So by default here, we've set to 1 location. If they're a not local client, you can change this to a 0. For the sake of this example, we'll keep this at a 1. They have 1 location. And then on row 6, this is how many pieces of content you believe should be created for this client on a monthly basis. And this could be based off of a manual review. Let's say you look at the home page, you look at some priority service pages, you notice that the priority service pages or the home page doesn't really have a lot of content, or maybe there is content on the pages, but it doesn't look great. You've identified there's not really maybe some priority keywords in there, or not even that. You go to some of the service pages and they don't have FAQs. There's always room for additional content, and typically it'll be on those priority pages that have been identified initially, usually the home page and some priority other priority service pages or product pages. Um, there could be other types of content that you believe should be created. If this is a local business, maybe a geographic pages, areas served pages. Um, in addition to that, during the manual review, I highly recommend looking to see if the website is blogging, or do they have a consistent blogging schedule? They're blogging each month, or they sporadically blogging. Keeping a presence up on your blog is huge, and if what we typically do is with the content development is that we would want to address the priority pages and make sure that they have substantial and optimized content, but we also want to be blogging and we want the client to be blogging. So this content development per month would be how many pages of content or pieces of content do you think should be created each month? So this would be either service pages, or homepage content, or blogs. Once the primary pages have been taken care of, maybe geographic pages have been created, this number would basically become the number of blogs drafted per month. For the sake of this example, we can keep this at 1 as well. So after inputting these numbers, the first section up here is the month 1 project fee. This is when we would typically take care of the tune-up. We have 2 price points here. We have our recommended fee, and this is the fee based on everything that had been entered up here. And to the right of it is the fee including the markup that you've added. Now, we also have a reduced scope fee in case the recommended fee is maybe a little bit too high for the potential client. The reduced scope fee is basically having the number of pages that have been inputted. So here is the fee with 10 priority pages, and this would be the fee with 5 priority pages. So we would still be doing the same amount of work. It's just it wouldn't happen initially. This would be kind of spacing it out over a longer period of time. We would never let priority pages go unoptimized. It's just we wouldn't be able to, we wouldn't take care of them initially right away to fit that budget for the potential client. Below the month 1 project fee is when we get into monthly SEO. And based on the information that had been inputted above, we get a few different price points or different levels that we like to call them. The first one is the reduced scope. So this isn't the ideal package, but it is to fit within a budget. And with this, we would be including everything that we would do in normal monthly SEO. We would blog, we would create content for the website. But the biggest factors that impact each of these three levels are over here to the right. It's on-site SEO and link building. So at each of these price points, we're going to be doing the number of hours or the number of guest posts or link building activities included in column D and E. So for row 13 at the reduced scope, $900 a month, $1,350 with a 50% markup, we would include 1 hour per month of on-site, on-page SEO. This would be optimizing the website based off of recent audits, taking care of any technical issues, as well as one guest post and or link building activity per month. So, drafting a guest article or and publishing it externally to help boost the website's domain authority, build a referring backlink. At level 2, which is our recommended package, we would be doing about 2 hours of on-site SEO a month, in addition to 2 guest posts per month, or other link building activities. And at row 15, our premium package, we would be upping that to 3 hours of on-site SEO per month and 3 guest posts per month. Now, after running all these numbers and inputting all of the information, we've created an example of a proposal that allows you to take this information and place it in there very easily to send to the potential client. So we're going to take a look at that now. The first slide here is the cover slide, and we go into reasons why you should invest in SEO, investing in the future, strong competitive advantage, building your brand and increasing sales. We have information on why you should choose us. Then we go into what's included, the types of SEO work that's included in our services. We cover SEO auditing, competitor analyses, link building, content development, technical SEO, optimizing for keywords, local SEO if they're a local client, and analytics and reporting. Then what will we do each month? We create a monthly plan, we gain approval, we collaborate, we implement the work, we analyze, and we send our monthly reports. Now, slides 6 and 7 and 8 are really where the slides that you would want to customize based off of the proposal generator. So slide 6 goes over the SEO plan. What would be included in phase 1, that first month 1 project, and then phase 2, monthly SEO. There are a few things in here highlighted in red. Those are highlighted in red because they're specific to local SEO clients. If you're selling to a non-local client, I would simply remove what's in red. So during the SEO tune-up project, we would perform keyword research for the priority pages. We would document and implement the optimized edits for title tags, meta descriptions, and headers, as well as website copy text on priority pages to make sure that they're optimized. We would analyze top-ranking competitors to identify additional opportunities to optimize the client's website for SEO. And then we would conduct a technical SEO audit, make sure that the website is optimized elsewhere. And then finally, if they're a local client, we would review and optimize the Google business profile. Now, if they're not local, we would just simply remove that last bullet point there. For monthly SEO management, we do ongoing keyword research and optimization of existing priority pages. We would do ongoing content development. This could include blog articles, expanded content, FAQs, creating new pages. We perform link building, typically through the form of guest blogging, which is, drafting blog articles to be published externally with a link going back to the client on reputable high domain authority websites. Finally, these next 2 bullets are specific to local clients. We would do local citation building, where we run citation audits, we compare against competitors, we submit to data aggregators, We submit and build new listings. We clean up inconsistent listings to make sure that there's consistency among online profiles. Um, we would also optimize, we've already optimized a Google Business Profile, but we would post to it on a monthly basis, typically about twice per month. Again, not a local client, you would remove those two bullets. We do ongoing SEO audits and fix technical issues that have been found in said audits. And then we complete ongoing competitor analyses to make sure that we're always staying up with competitors and seeing what they're doing in the world of SEO. And then we consistently try to see what other link building opportunities that they're doing, whether it's submitting or building citations or publishing guest posts elsewhere. And then finally, we'd have monthly reporting, planning and analysis, and consulting with our partners. The reports go out automatically. We collaborate. We speak with clients on a weekly and monthly basis, and it's a lot of fun. Then on slide 7, this is where you would input the information from the proposal generator. So anything in red is what you would want to edit. In the proposal, we talk about the monthly reporting and performance review. We review the ongoing technical SEO auditing and competitor analyses and the frequency at which we do them. We conduct technical audits every 4 months. In between then, we address any issues found. We conduct competitor analyses every 8 months. We have descriptions of each of these services off to the right, which makes it very helpful when explaining these to clients. Our on-page SEO, this is where you would input the number of hours per month based on which level has been selected and that you'd like to push forward with. So for example here, for on-page SEO, the X hours per month, if this was level 1, it would be 1 hour, level 2, 2 hours, level 3, 3 hours per month. And again, off to the right is your description of the service. So, this includes documenting and implementing on-site SEO edits, technical fixes based on SEO audits, optimizing the website with SEO edits based on performance analyses. This time also includes strategizing, blog topic research, meetings, custom reporting, etc. The next row down is content development. This is where you would input the number of pieces of content per month based off of the proposal generator. So this could be 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces per month. Again, this would include documenting the specs for said pages or pieces of content, meta tags, internal linking. We would draft and edit the content, and we would publish it ourselves or send it off to get published if the clients or yourselves would like to publish the content instead. Finally, we have link building. So this is the number of basically guest posts per month. Our primary link building is guest blogging. However, we do have other link building tactics that we employ. This includes drafting and publishing the guest posts, as well as the outreach and collaboration with the blogs, the external blogs. And then finally, and this is where you would input the number of guest posts per month from the proposal. And then finally, the last slide, the last row here is for local SEO management, and this would only be included if it's a local client. So if right here on row 5, if this says anything other than a 0, and local SEO management occurs every month. This includes at least 2 Google Business posts per month, as well as scheduled citations and audits. We would consistently build new backlinks, do competitor analyses or backlink analyses, and just make sure that we're consistently building new links for the website. Then the last slide is that corresponds with the proposal generator is slide 8, and this is where you can input the fees. So if you were to go along with the recommended fees in this proposal generator, month 1 for the tune-up would include the green fee here, or the recommended 3,000. So we would input the 3,000 here. Now this can be split up over 3 months if it needs to be. By default, we have it placed here for month 1. And then monthly SEO would begin in month 2. So you would take this first fee here and place it right here in month 1. And then coming down to the monthly fee, if we stuck with recommended again, the 1950 in this case would be inputted under here in monthly SEO management. So each of month 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 plus would be the 1950 according to the recommended fee. And then just some simple math, the 3000 would carry down here into month 1, and then the 1950 would be the total across. If the tune-up fee is split up over the first 3 months, you would simply add those together and have the combined fee here for a few months. And that's basically it. It's a one-stop shop to create an SEO proposal. It covers a lot of bases, and yeah, we're really proud of it. So Phil, I'm gonna turn this back over to you.
All right, great. So you can, let's see here. That's the slide you just went through.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's to create a proposal. And just to go back to the worksheet, if you were fulfilling in-house, you'd obviously make the markup 0%. And then we do have agencies with higher markups from 50% all the way up to 100%. I think we've even had a partner higher than 100%, but I don't know the exact number there. Because I know, Lene, you had a question there. But if you have any follow-up questions on that, Lene, feel free to type those in. We can address those in the Q&A. But the next topic here would just be, biggest stumbling block that we see with agencies trying to add recurring revenue is just not having the confidence to sell. So we see this again and again. Agencies are really confident in selling their own products and services, but then adding on something else, it can get a little shaky. So if you don't have 100% confidence selling the service, then what you'll want to do is just get somebody on the line as backup. So at our agency, we call them analysts. If you had, you work with an outside consultant, that might be that consultant joining the call. But that's really the key here. If you or your sales team don't have the confidence to sell, this is actually the sales process that we use in-house to sell to clients. Our sales consultants are not experts at the different services. They can obviously talk about the services. They know enough to be dangerous. But when it gets more nitty gritty and more technical, they do loop in an analyst and just defer to analysts to address those questions. And I would definitely recommend that if you're just getting started selling recurring revenue. So there's no excuse. You just need to, if you don't have the confidence, just partner with an agency that provides an SEO analyst, or partner with an outside consultant that can talk the talk. And obviously, when you partner with us, we do provide our analysts to assist with sales calls. So some small but important details. If you go into that example proposal, you'll see the contract length is month to month. That's definitely going to make things easier for your clients to sign up, get the ball rolling. As you gain more confidence, you can certainly lock in 6 to 12 month contracts. But if you're just getting started, you're new to adding these services, I would start month to month. Just going to make that sales process easier. And then payment terms. I don't know how you're currently structuring your payment terms in your agency, but if you can do upfront payment for the recurring revenue, that will definitely make your life or your account receivables employee's life a lot easier, and you just won't be wasting your time and energy chasing down invoices that haven't been paid. And lastly, speaking of invoices not being paid, if you can get your clients onto subscriptions with credit cards, that will make everyone's lives a lot easier as well. So again, the combination of upfront payment plus getting the client's credit card, that way you really eliminate the need for tracking down payment. All right, now moving on, once you're comfortable selling, you need to obviously move on to fulfilling. And you have two options. You can, of course, do this in-house if you already have the expertise. But I know a lot of agencies don't already have the expertise in-house. And when that's the case, you're going to want to partner with an agency that already has a proven process for white labeling services. And here's what you're going to need. You'll want to partner with an agency that is transparent. And I say that just because there's quite a few agencies out there that operate more as a black box. And when it comes to white labeling and outsourcing SEO to more of a black box agency, that's not going to be a great option just because you're going to want to be able to communicate to your client. And if you don't know what that agency is doing, that's going to put you in a pretty tough spot. So I would definitely, I put that as the number one criteria for any agency that you're looking to partner with. I would make sure they're going to be transparent. You also want to make sure they have fast response times. I'm sure you know if a client is breathing down your neck, you're not going to want to wait around for answers. You're going to want to get a very fast response time from anyone that's working on your accounts. And ideally, they should be available for calls, if not just with you and your agency team, but possibly even with the client as well. And then, of course, you want to partner with someone who has a track record of successful partnerships. And you will get a copy of these slides, and you can always take a look at our own video testimonials. And then here, I want to kick it back to Mike real quick. If you can just go through the reporting. This will give everyone on the line an idea of the type of reporting that you should have for your clients if you don't already have something set up.
All right, hello everyone again. So yeah, so for reporting, I'm really proud of this also. Spent a large number, amount of time refining this. We provide robust reporting, and we do this through agency analytics, which I like to call a one-stop shop for reporting. Um, with agency analytics, we're able to provide dashboards and make those both either client-facing or at least partner-facing. And due to agency analytics' deep integration system, the dashboards can show information from a whole bunch of different services. So you can have Google Analytics pull in, Google Business, Facebook, Yelp, any other services you can think of, as well as ads. And it's Ahrefs, bright local backlinking. It's pretty impressive, and I'm going to show you that in a moment. I also have an example SEO report specifically to show you. In addition to the dashboards that can be accessed by clients or partners whenever they would like to dive into some of the nitty gritty, we also have automated reports that go out each month, and those can be sent out and be completely customized. We do have a template set up that I'll review, but again, I work with our partners and we do set up customized reporting based on their own clients' needs. Um, with the reports, we also have a process for weekly or bi-weekly agency updates. I meet with some of our partners on a weekly basis. I meet with some of them on a bi-weekly basis. On these calls, in addition to just going over normal, monthly deliverables and strategy, we tend to set aside one of those calls to review performance and to go over the reports together with a close attention to detail. So it's really good work. And of course, we always available for client-facing emails and phone calls. Um, I know Lene is joining us today, and we speak frequently, and it's a great relationship with this process. So I'm going to switch over to agency analytics really fast, and we're going to take a look first at the example dashboard. Now, what you're seeing right now is an example dashboard that we've set up for SEO. So this is right now showing some traffic information, a nice traffic breakdown, some quick stats such as sessions, sessions from referral traffic, sessions from social traffic, all sources. We can include revenue numbers, both from standard SEO or referral traffic, social. Um, as we scroll through, we have trend lines for organic traffic over a 13-month period, so you could see a full year's worth of traffic, as well as from revenue from SEO traffic. Um, we can go, again, these can be completely customized. These can be goal completions or whatever you'd like to show. We go over top SEO landing pages, both revenue for that as well as traffic in this example. Um, Top product pages with as many different columns for metrics that you'd like to show. Um, then we have some device information in here, such as traffic from desktop, mobile, and tablets. But to customize this is unbelievably easy. There's an edit dashboard button up here in the top right, and I can select and pick any sorts of widgets or graphs, tables, and I work with our partners to make sure that we're able to report on and show whatever they would like in the dashboards. Um, and again, this is for our own internal clients. We typically share these with them and they're able to hop in whenever they like. There's a date range at the top that can be adjusted and you can change the metrics based on the date range. However, with some of our partners, sometimes they prefer to have access to this. If they'd like, they can share it with their clients as well. What's really cool about agency analytics too is both ourselves and our partners, not our clients, but we do allow them to go into the back end as well. So not just see what's here in this dashboard, but you can also mess around and jump into Google Analytics or any other services that are connected. Um, and while you're looking at an SEO one here, we can also create dashboards for any other services that the client may offer, may be signed up for, such as Google Ads or Facebook or anything else. And switching between those dashboards is as seamless as clicking these buttons up here at the top, which is really nice. Um, Before I get into the automated report, I just wanted to stress the number of integrations that can be connected in agency analytics and just how customizable this really is for your clients. Um, right here, you can see the integrations that are connected, but there's tons of categories over here on the left. For analytics, you can connect Google Analytics, GA4, HubSpot, Keep, Salesforce, and so on and so forth. There's integrations for call tracking, e-commerce, email, local, if you like to connect Google Business or Bright Local or their Yelp. There's paid ad services as well from LinkedIn, Facebook, and Google. You can connect backends such as Ahrefs or Search Console, Majestic for for reviewing backlinks, or Moz or SEMrush. You can have audit information automatically pull into here. It's really, really cool, and I work with our partners to make sure that the dashboards and the monthly reports are as customized as they would like. Um, Now, in terms of the automated report, I only have an example, obviously, of the SEO one since that's our focus today, but we can connect as much as we'd like in here as well. And these would go out on a monthly basis. We can schedule these to go out to both you and your client or just straight to you. With a customized message, we can choose when this should be scheduled. If this is a monthly report, a weekly, we tend to skip these to monthly, or set these up for monthly. And um, if we go back into design here, we can look through the report. So there's a cover page. Right now, this is an example, and there's a blank white square at the top. We can place your either the client's logo up here or your own agency's logo up here. So this is, again, completely customizable. There's a table of contents, which you can interact with and actually click into the separate sections. When this report is sent out, it's sent out as a online link. They can click and interact with the report in their web browser, but they could also download the PDF as well, which is really friendly, which is really cool. We start off with an SEO overview where we go into sessions and users and goal completions and backlinks, users by source and by device. We have sessions over a 13-month period as well as goal completions in this example. We can, again, though, customize these to be whatever you'd like. Instead of goal completions, it could be revenue. Um, then we go into our top SEO landing pages. In this example, it's just pulling in, fake examples. There's some Tesla stuff in here, interestingly. But we can customize this again. By default, we have sessions and average session duration, new session percentages, bounce rates, goal completions. We have a page set up in our template here for referral traffic, which is really nice. And what's cool about this is that you can have, a great amount of information, but it's also just really presentable. It's a perfect report to be able to hop on a call with your client, and it's nice and concise and it looks pretty, which I think all matters. So we have referral traffic here, and then we go into goal completions, and just nice flipping between these and seeing the graphs come to life. You've got the goal completions line here and goal completions by different goal individually. We have goal breakdowns here as well. Then we go into rankings, which obviously is very important. We can have a ranking table here. We can choose what sort of uh, columns appear here and which search engines if you'd like. By default, we have Google and Google Change. You can include Bing as well if you'd like, or anything else. We've got the keywords, the position, the change, the URL that's ranking, the volume, the location that's being, that these keywords are being tracked in. And we can hide and show as many of these columns that you'd like. Sometimes, some partners don't want to show the volume or the location, or would like to change maybe the date range for this. Maybe it's month over month change or all time change, completely customizable again. Then in this example here, we go into backlinks. So total backlinks, all time, the last 30 days, um, and then referring domains as well. But again, we can customize this. We could have information pulling in from Ahrefs to show the domain authority or the domain rank or domain authority from Moz. And then finally, in this example, for a local client, you would maybe want to include their Google Business Profile. So this is Google Business Profile Insights. You can go into impressions, from both desktop and mobile, shows a breakdown, website clicks, directions requested, call clicks, average rating, how many reviews, um, and then interactions. So, but again, can customize this as much as possible, and it's really neat. And our both our clients and partners have really liked these a lot. Um, and yeah, so those are both the reporting dashboard as well as our automated report. Um, and
All right,
then I
want
would
me
like to
to
also,
steal it? Oh, sorry.
oh yeah, sure. No, I can send it over to you. Here we go. All right,
All
you should have
right.
it now.
Oh yeah, I think you were actually going to go through this, Mike, but I'll just try to go through it quickly because we're running out of time here. As far as when you're looking for a partner, the team that you'll need, agency coordinator is what we call it, and that's really Mike's role. That's your point of contact. That's somebody who's going to be on call to provide status updates when your clients have questions. Obviously, you need analysts. Those are going to be the experts actually working on the account, handling any tough questions, assisting sales as needed. And then somebody obviously needs to be taking care of billing, tracking the active and paused clients, making sure you're only paying for active clients. So we were talking about phase one of the sales process. Phase two would be actually modifying your front end proposals to bundle in recurring revenue from SEO, social media, and advertising right from the start. And then I would recommend on a quarterly basis reviewing your existing clients, because not everyone's going to take you up on the recurring revenue on the front end. So then on a monthly basis, just review your existing client list, even past client list, and then just go through that 5-step process that Mike walked through, analyze that client list, see if there's any opportunities to then follow up with those clients. All right, so 4 ways we can help. Just gonna fly through this. So we can add recurring revenue to an agency partner so they don't have to hire. So they can test this out. Even if they're going to hire and do this in-house eventually, this is a good way to get started. So example here, we worked with a small web design company, had no recurring revenue, and then we worked with them, created custom packages, and we handled the fulfillment, grew their annual recurring revenue to 6 figures. We actually have a testimonial video here, which I had a link previously, so you can watch that afterwards. Expanding your services. So if your agency is looking to expand, we worked with a PPC agency that wanted to offer and expand and provide SEO services to their clients. So we, again, developed pricing and packages for their clients' budgets. And then we manage all the fulfillment, including monthly reporting that Mike walked through. And then we also join some of those client calls to assist and answer some of those more technical questions. And again, we've got a testimony here, but I'm going to skip that in the interest of time. And then fixing bottlenecks to growth is another opportunity. So we worked with a agency that had a strong sales team, but they didn't really have the capacity to fulfill. So they were trying to do everything in-house, but what that was doing was really restricting their agency's growth. They were able to sell, and they could have grown a lot faster, but they just needed a bigger team. They're having trouble building that team in-house. So again, we developed some packages and proposals for their sales team. That was really their strong area, and their agency had strong sales team. So we just gave their sales team what they needed, and then we handled all the fulfillment in the back end, and they were able to add 200K in annual recurring revenue. And again, you can hear a testimonial from Danny. And the 4th way we can help partners is replacing an existing partner. So some agencies come to us and they have an existing partner that they're white labeling, but they're just not happy. And that's what happened in this case here. A digital marketing agency had about 25 clients. They're outsourcing SEO and Google ads to a third-party vendor, but the agency owner was just not happy with the quality of service, and they were looking to get somebody else to take it over. And we were able to step in. There's a lot of room to improve, and we were able to grow the recurring revenue for this agency by 10x. And here's a testimonial here. Working with Main Street ROI as our fulfillment partner has not only allowed us to provide higher quality SEO services to our clients, but to also significantly expand our client base and the variety of services that we offer to our clients. They also helped us integrate Google Ads campaign management as a service, and this has provided us with a new revenue channel while adding value to our clients' bottom line. Main Street ROI's team is knowledgeable, responsive, and flexible, and I highly recommend them as referral or white label partners. I wish I had known about them years ago. All right, before we get to Q&A, so I just want to have the slide here if we're a good fit. And we're a good fit if any of these statements are true. You have a list of existing and past clients, you have a consistent flow of new clients each month, or you're working with another vendor, but you're not happy. And I have a quick poll if I can find it. So on your screen, if anyone wants additional information or just wants to discuss this further, you'll see a poll on your screen. Is your agency a good fit to partner with Main Street ROI? The option is yes, and I have one or more clients. Yes, but I don't have any clients that need help. I'm not sure, let's schedule a call. Or no, we're not a good fit. All right, looks like that is showing now. So I see some answers coming in. I'll shut it down in 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And if you didn't get a chance to answer the poll, you can always just go to the link here in the slides. And again, you'll get a copy of these slides when we send out the replay. All right, I know we are a little over on time, but we'll stay on here a little bit and answer these questions. Lene had a question about what a good markup would be. This is actually related to another question we get. So as far as the markup, I think I mentioned previously, we did have or do have a partner that marks it up more than 50%, goes to 100%. And I know we've worked with somebody who was even doing it more than that. I think it was like 3x markup. And it really comes down to where you're located, Lene. That's something you mentioned, as well as the types of clients that you're working with and what their budgets are. And then the other related question that we frequently hear, so those were examples that Mike went through with our ideal price points, but we do realize some of our agency partners have clients that can't afford those price points. And when that is the case, I mentioned in some of those case studies that we worked with partners and created some custom packages. So I definitely wanted to throw that out there. That is always an option if you have clients with lower budgets. Obviously, they can't go to a certain point. You can't go any lower, but we have been able to make things work for a lot of our partners that have clients at the lower end of those price ranges. Let's see. Yeah, so Lene, I saw your other comment about 100% markup. I don't know with certainty if that is standard, but I do know we have a lot of partners that do 100% markup. And then Mike, I guess this is more of a question for you. Jennifer wants you to clarify, does the monthly fee include 1 to 3 hours on page plus backlinks and blog content, which would be about 5 hours per month?
Yes. So the on-page SEO is in addition to the other buckets or services that we provide. So based on whether it's level 1, 2, or 3, those would be 1, 2, or 3 hours dedicated solely to addressing technical fixes, performing SEO edits, and optimizing the website. In addition to those hours dedicated for on-page, we would also still blog and build links also. So it is all included. So yeah, combined it would be 5 or 6 or however many hours. Just the way it's broken down in that proposal generator, it shows you the number of hours in that one column specific to addressing technical fixes or making edits to the website and optimizing the website itself. But yes, the blogging and the link building would also still occur in the same months.
And then another follow-up for you, Mike, is Google Business Profile, if it's not yet set up, so a client does not have that set up yet, is that included in the setup fee or monthly fee?
It is included, yes. So during our tune-up process, when we would normally be reviewing and optimizing an already existing page, what we would instead do is document specs to create a page or a profile, and we would do that as well.
And then another question here, does this work for e-commerce businesses as well as B2B? And I believe that's referring to the clients of the agent. So if an agency is working with e-commerce businesses or an agency is working with B2B, their clients are B2B focused. And I mean, from just a client standpoint, the answer is yes, we have experience with e-commerce as well as B2B. Mike, you would know better than me as far as partners, clients, if any of those are e-commerce or B2B.
Yes, and yes,
Okay.
it would definitely work.
All right, thank you, Matt. And then another follow-up here as far as, yeah, asking the monthly budget. That's certainly from a sales perspective, just straight up, especially for existing clients. And that's, again, where I would recommend the agency start. Start with your existing clients. That's by far your lowest hanging fruit. And you can just have that honest discussion with them. You can do this analysis, show them that there are some issues with the site from an SEO perspective, and then just have that honest discussion as far as what can you afford, what is your SEO budget for 2023, and then in some cases it's just not going to work. In other cases it might not hit the targets in the proposal generator that Mike walked through, but when it comes to working with us, you could still have that discussion. That would be with Mike and probably Caitlin, and they would figure out, is there a way to reduce the scope or spread out the work over a longer time frame to fit that client's budget. And that's typically our approach. We're going to prioritize the work the same. We've got that list of priority work that we need to get done, and then it's just a matter of, can we get it all done in 1 month with the fee that we want, or does the client not have the budget, in which case now we're looking at spreading that out over 2 months or 3 or 4 months. So the work still gets done, it's just over a longer time frame. So I think I hit all the questions. Apologize for going a little bit over here. I'm going to blame it on Mike. We
Except blame.
we are happy to discuss after we close this out. So if you do have any further questions, you can always reach out via support@mainstreetroi.com. Another option, when we send out the replay, you can just reply directly to that email, and we'll route that to the appropriate team member and get that question answered. All right, and with that, when we close it out, we do have a very quick survey. I want to get your feedback. And then hope to see you on a future webinar. Thanks, Mike. Thanks, everyone.
Yes. Thanks, everyone.